Yeah, I was thinking like what kind of matches are usually good?
Like you died a lot and you don't know why you died a lot, then that. If maybe you want to get better at your lane, a lane that you felt like was hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can be for a variety of reasons, but sometimes a lot of people don't know like what their goal is, like, or not their goal, but what they need to improve on and work on. So like it could just be like a normal game as well. One game where you felt like you did normal, but you're not really sure what went wrong. So that's also valid too.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna send one game that I didn't do. I don't think I had that much impact.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't like a stomp either. So definitely, there's room for me to have some impact in the game. So I'll send you that one instead. I usually just play Silver and Apollo.
Okay, so you play Silver and Apollo. It looks like you're very new. You don't have any like games, right?
So I've been trying to use Stat Locker. I don't think I currently understand the way it tracks a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Currently in Emissary 6, so I did climb a little bit from the time that I did the application for the coaching session. But yeah, I'm definitely new into the game. I think I have like 150 hours. I don't have more than 200.
Well, this is perfect time to get coaching. Then I think getting it very early is great. So let's see what you wrote. So you said, I come from League, so from a mechanics perspective, I know I need to work on my movement. Do you know how to improve your movement? Do you have like a training for this? Do you do?
No, I don't really have a training. I've seen some of the videos, but I think it's just a matter of me of actually trying to get into the sandbox and explore NYC and practice. I've been mainly trying to practice my aim as well for like in Kovacs, because I've been playing League for 13 years. I barely play any. I play barely any shooters, so I've noticed that when I play Silver, some of my shots are 8.
I played League for 10 years as well as like Masters, so I completely get it, boss. So yeah, you said aim here, but I know aim is not everything, yes.
Yeah,
Master
definitely.
GM, Challenger. Feel like I struggle the most trying to play the map properly, get lost in team fights. Okay, all right. And the match you sent is the one you want to review, right?
Yeah, I sent it on Discord.
All right, sweet. So one thing that you said that I've been thinking about that was pretty important is I feel like I struggle how to play, macro-wise, learning how to weigh some things more than others, such as first walkers versus next walkers. So are you familiar with the term stakes?
Sort of.
Okay, Deadlock, I'm gonna send you a supplementary video that you're more than welcome to watch.
Okay.
But in Deadlock, there's varying stakes. So first and foremost, the way that you end games in Deadlock, it's very one-dimensional. It's through mid-boss. Once mid-boss is done and you do mid-boss, usually you like have a 70 to 80% chance of winning the game. It's like Baron in League, but even stronger. It's stronger than Baron, basically, right?
Right.
So I like to split the game up. Yeah, I split up the game in 3 phases. And one piece of context that you need to know that will kind of structure stakes is respawn timer curves. So just like Baron in League or something, like when you get a kill, like they're dead, you go Baron, or mid-boss in the context of Deadlock. So when they're dead for longer, you have more time to take the objective, meaning that the objective is actually doable, right? So at about 19 to 20 minutes, that's when you can start doing those objectives in Deadlock, like the mid-boss. So we can kind of now think, okay, what happens in a fight 0 to 8 minutes, right? A fight 0 to 8 minutes, it's laning phase, you're going to respawn instantly, you're going to come back to base. It's a very low stakes fight, right? So you're not going to lose too much. In the 8 to 19 minutes, it's mid stakes because things like Urn become available, walkers are usually vulnerable, right? You can kind of lose somewhat of a decent lead, or the enemy can gain a decent lead, but it's not like game ending, right? It's not like GG. And then 20 plus minutes, if the enemy team like wins a big team play and they go mid boss after, that's pretty bad. That's like the biggest odds shift and odds swing that you'll have in a game of Deadlock. So in the context of like carrying these games by yourself, which it looks like that you're doing pretty well and that you should just consistently keep doing. This part of the game, you should think mainly soul generation, right? Now, how do we generate souls? Obviously a lot of different ways, but one thing that I want you to think about that's been a pretty big trend recently in Deadlock is hero kill soul distribution and just kills in general, like the solo kill. So the solo kill will be the most valuable out of any kill. So do you kind of see with the solo kill how it's 125% total to each player and 125% total as well? Like the solo kill is Thanos basically for getting souls. Do you kind of see that here?
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I see it. Is this like also like range based, or like someone actually has to hit the enemy to count for
Range
the kill
based.
to be range based? Gotcha.
Yeah, it's range based. So like, looks like they changed this, by the way.
Yeah, because I was noticing like I got the trophy collector stacks without even having to touch the enemy. So that was a little bit weird for me, but I guess it is that does make sense now if it's range based.
That's Deadlock, because in League, right, like you can not shoot the guy and give him like the kill, right? But in Deadlock, if you're just close, they'll just count. So
It's range based. So solo kills are good. Walkers, solo walkers are good. So the walkers, right? 4,000 total souls. If you get all that to yourself, it's great. So like bounty divided by among the attackers. So this 40%, you'll get all to yourself. You get 1,600 souls. These are the things that you're going to want to kind of focus on in the mid game. And in the late game, this high stakes part, you essentially, does this kind of make sense as well? Like you get the lead here, you get your money up, and then here you translate your lead into like a mid boss. That's kind of the flow of Deadlock and how you want to be thinking about like things a little bit in the context of macro. Now this is a very complicated topic, macro, right? There's a lot of things to think about, but this is one thing that you can kind of structure and like formulate your ideas on for now while you're stomping the lobbies. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense.
Now, can you explain one more time about this game specifically? Who are you playing?
I'm playing as Silver, and I was playing into... I think I got swapped. No, I didn't get swapped. Okay, I was playing against McGinnis and... Who else? Oh, and Dynamo. Okay, this game is... Okay, this is definitely something that I want to learn. What's the weakness of McGinnis? Because I just felt like I was getting shredded by her turrets, and they take too long to kill. Especially a Silver, because it's because, you know, I have a shotgun, it's low fire rate. To me, it looks like it's just a weak matchup for me.
Yeah, it's just, there's just some things like this game that are like bad matchups, right? And the issue is you don't have a lot of control over those matchups because it's random, the draft. So it's not like you can pick Silver into McGinnis, it's just bad matchup for you.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, when I was in the laning phase, I was like, this is not enjoyable right now.
Yeah, you're like, this is impossible. Now, one thing I saw you do that I'll just give you as a general blanket statement kind of rule for Deadlock is I saw you heavy melee. You usually never want to go for heavy melees unless for three reasons.
So for any of these 3 reasons, you can heavy melee. Otherwise, like just straight rule, like to live by.
Don't heavy melee. It is a horrible habit a lot of people have in this game. So
okay, that's good. Definitely, I want to start building out good habits now that I have like, I don't have that many hours in the game, so I got used to it.
Okay, one fundamental I'm going to give you as well. It's kind of unrelated to a lot of things you said. For your laning phase, I want you to structure your fundamentals around camp spawn times. Do you know when the camp spawn and stuff like that? Like the tier 1, the tier 2?
The tier 2, the tier 1 is at 3 minutes, right?
Okay, so I wrote down all the timers for you here. But these timers, the ones that I want you to structure your gameplay around for now, these are going to be the 4 timers that you want to structure your gameplay around in Deadlock. Now, what do you think, what does structuring your gameplay around these timers look like, do you think?
So that means positioning myself in the best way to contest those timers. So I want to be able to probably not have my, have my important abilities off cooldown and be healthy to maybe contest their tier 1s if there's a chance for it. And this lane, I think on their side is only tier 2, so the tier 1s are on my side. But yeah, pretty much about that. Just like trying to stay healthy during those timers and try to do something to position myself in the best way so I can contest them and take them.
Drawing a little note here for this one. This tier 2 timer is kind of important. It is important, but it's not as important as the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like you're aligned with that. So that's one thing that I see you not doing in the laning phase that you can start doing. Structuring your gameplay around these timers. You're not taking the tier 1s. Look, you don't take it all in the laning phase. Now it gets taken, but...
Gotcha. This is something that I did see into, that there are some characters that work best without with less gold. Since I have a 7 with me, do I want to give him the camps?
Take as much gold as you can, always. Okay. It's kind of, I hate when people say, well, I don't hate when people say this, but I don't like when people say that, like, oh, I don't need money. Like, my hero doesn't need money to operate. Like, unless you're in an actual coordinated environment where you can, like, trust the guy that you're playing with to carry the game with the money, you never want to be giving someone in matchmaking that agency. Like,
okay.
In matchmaking, remember, the common factor, I mean, you know this from League, like, common factor is yourself in all the games. You're going to be the one to carry the game consistently. You need to set yourself up with that regardless of the hero you're playing. Give yourself high agency. Every hero in Deadlock with money can do great things. Now, some can do great things more than others, right? But that's something you can't really, like, trust your 7 to do in this case. You don't know who he is. You can trust yourself, though.
Gotcha. Okay.
So put yourself in the driver's seat. Now, when you're playing Deadlock competitively, sure, that's something we can think about like later down the line. But
okay.
Here a little bit, I think this is greed. I think here, like, you go in, but I think you're just taking too much damage. I don't think it's really worth going in here. I think you play structured, right? You push these heroes off the Guardian, then you take the Guardian. So take a look. You get this guy low, both low, just shoot Guardian at this point.
Okay.
Hit Guardian, right? Or even think about the tier 2 camp, right? Tier 2 camp spawning in 5 seconds. Instead of going for the Dynamo, this risky play, maybe you just go to tier 2 camp and eat those.
Okay.
Right? Just some ideas. Because look at your HP. Your HP is so low here. So something I want to point out to you in Deadlock, right? If there are lanes that are harder to push into and lanes that are easier to push into, right? So when we think about this kind of sequence that happens here in this game, right? So here you clear out the full entire wave. Boom, wave cleared. Do you know what I mean when I say now you have your turn to play, or no? Does that make sense?
Yes,
or...
it does make sense, yeah.
What does that mean? Do you know?
Well, they have to contest the wave just because it is the most gold, like soul that they will get from minions. So they need to make sure that they're there to collect those souls. So it is my turn for me to try and be proactive in the map and probably just take probably not their camp, but go take my probably my tier 1s. I mean, I could probably take their tier 2s if I try to.
Right. So this situation here, I want you to try to have, this is hard because you only have 150 hours, proactive decision making. So what that kind of means is like while you're clearing that wave there, you should be thinking about what you're actually going to do after before you clear the wave. Do you see what I mean? And we can think about that, or at least I can think about it right now because I know how McGinnis is a hero. I know how Dynamo is a hero. McGinnis, she sets up turrets. Her gun has one of the highest DPSs. She has heals. Right? She's like the defender. She really will set up and like the tower is hard to push, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of have like two options. We can either basically like push their tower, like shoot them, or we can go take camps, or even maybe invade their camps, right?
Yeah.
So we need to be thinking about these decisions before we're even in this moment. So like proactive decision making, right?
Right.
So in Deadlock, right? This is one of the biggest and most important differentiating factors, I think, from League. From my memory, it's been some time, but I think in League, like when you clear out the waves, like from mid, you might think about a roam, like that's it, or something like that, or like translating the roam and the drag. But it's not like, it's not at all like to the extent that is in Deadlock. So if you're looking to get accustomed more to how Deadlock works, it's this right here. This is a big thing in Deadlock, pre-planning and pre-thinking, because this game is all about efficiency, doing things as quick as possible. If we can make our rotation here quicker and faster, we're just gonna be more efficient, then being more rich in a better position to win the game and carry the game, right?
I was gonna say like I was also keeping in mind that usually like my ult has like slower cooldown than them, so I was trying to make use of that, but it was still 8s with those turrets.
You should translate like the lead here, or not the lead, but the wave advantage into the center. Take a look at the center. That's what needs to be done here.
Gotcha.
So like you get the shove, and fighting this guy is cool and everything, but you should be legit like as you're fighting, like walking to the center. I'm not even trolling.
Okay.
Like, yeah, this fight is just kind of like nothing in a way. Even here you can translate this into the center, but you're just like, I mean here it's not that bad, but you don't have wolf form.
Yeah, no, she ulted there and I was like,
yeah, that's quite unfortunate, I'm not gonna lie. That's the McGinnis ult, like just how it works. It's kind of stupid in a way. It just slows your dash speed for some reason, I don't know why, but
yeah, I don't know if I should have like probably stay down there, because can she move with her ult?
She can move with her ult a little bit. The biggest thing about these situations is you're not translating the pressure you have in the lane to objectives. You're just fighting them consistently. Like you need to be like even leaning like in the context of the lane, like towards the right side, so you can go invade their center from the right of the lane to the, you know, like if you position yourself here and you're clearing the wave, then you just gotta go here, but you're all the way over here, so you gotta walk all the way around, or not all the way around, but like farther away, you know what I mean? So you even be positioned here. You're just not translating like pressure into objectives. So, and why is this important? Well, this is important because this matchup is just cancer. Like you're versing McGinnis Dynamo, double sustain, quantum entanglement, and you're not really able to fight them because they're just like hard to kill, right?
Yeah.
So because they're hard to kill, force them to fight in your center, in the centers, take their center, and then, you know what I mean? And then you can do whatever afterwards. But
yeah, can she put like 3 turrets at the same time, or does it have like a build up?
It's charges. So do you know what charges are in Deadlock, or?
Yeah, like some abilities you can use multiple times.
Yeah, this is how many she has right now with her current build. So she has 1 turret base level mini turret, right?
She got the +2 turrets with her level 2 mini turret. And then she has an extra turret from extra charge.
Okay, so if she had, if she were to have 4 chargers, she can put down 4 turrets. Pretty fast.
There's a small cooldown in between the turrets. You can see at the top
right. Okay, I can see 3
there's
seconds.
Yeah, 3 seconds. Yes, theoretically she could do that.
Okay.
She could very well indeed do that. See that now. Whoa, what was this here?
I was trying to rotate to the one on the right, but then I saw that nothing was happening, so I just left.
Okay.
one thing I always want you to do, always, is like kind of a rule for Deadlock, is it's two things. The first thing is, well, first, before anything, I want you to think about stakes, right? So if that fight you're rotating onto the right or to the right with is like life or death, like you win or lose the game from that fight, that's fine. Do the rotation, right?
Okay.
But as we know, the stakes right now in this game are very low. So let me write that down first. So the first rule is when you're in a low to mid stakes situation, like early game, mid game, you need to not rotate to the fight, but you need to look to do something on your side of the map if that's how you want to respond. If you want to respond to what's happening here, you kill here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you respond and not rotate. The reason for that is look at how much time it takes for this rotation to happen. Starts all the way here at about 11, 13.
Yeah, it's like 40 seconds.
Yeah, a long time, right? And I know that might seem short in the context of games like League, but in Deadlock, that is a lot of time. That is a lot. So that's first point.
It definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I noticed too is like in Deadlock, it's really hard to, how you say it? It's really hard to get really far behind. It's not like in League. There's no like many comeback mechanics. So
yeah,
I guess I have that habit of trying to not get too behind, but at the same time, it's not that big of a deal if we get that behind, just because we will get more souls from everywhere. So that's an habit that I need to fix too.
Well, did you view that rotation as a way to not get behind?
Probably overcompensate enough for my teammates. I would say that's more of like the habit.
Yeah, because that rotation there, that is how you get behind. That's not how you stop yourself from being behind. That's how you get behind in the first place. That's how you get like extremely poor.
Yeah.
So that rotation there is like just a bad rotation every way, right? So that's first. The second rule, what was I else gonna say for the other rules? Let me try to remember here. Oh, teleporters. Are you familiar with these?
I've used them like twice, but I'm not totally sure. Yeah.
If you want to go from here to here, all you do is just take this teleporter here, predict this teleporter here. That's it. And you don't have to do that rotation.
Gotcha. Are they always on the map, or is it like time error that they spawn, or?
From minute 0.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that makes definitely more sense using the teleporters for that XD.
Yeah, that's okay. So we have a bit of a problem in this game as well. You're not doing anything to make money. That's another big problem. Without money, you're not gonna be able to carry the game. Now I know that you said to me at the beginning of our session that like, oh, is it okay to give 7 the soul wave? So I feel like perhaps this is because you are like sacking your own gold. But what would be the reason for that here? Is there any reason that you're kind of like low money, or are you not putting yourself in that position intentionally, or?
Yeah, no, I was trying to. So like in this game, I know for sure that I was trying to not soak too much money.
Okay, so I need you to just be way more greedy.
Okay.
Playing these games of way more greedy. And I don't mean like AFK farming, right?
Remember, like a way that you get money, and one of the best ways to get money is kills.
Yeah, free kill. Like if someone's alone, Silver's pretty good at dueling. So
exactly. So kills, setting up a kill with your teammate. You have Bola and boot kick. Bola and boot kick are amazing setup for your team. You can use those to, lock someone down for 7 or whatever you're trying to do, right? So we'll say.
Yeah, no. It's good that I put this game because it definitely shows me that I was playing I was trying too hard to not soak up money for my carries.
Yeah, this is a big one. All right, let's continue. I wonder how you didn't get your alt activated here. Let me look at this. Because, like, I feel like you should have had your alt activated. Sometimes you can micro misplay. Okay, so the issue here is look at your cooldowns and look at the position you're in with your stamina. Do you kind of see the issue or no?
Yeah, I have no way to get out.
You have it's not only do you have no way to get out, but what are you going in for? So like, you don't have any abilities to activate on these heroes to fight. You're halfway to your Lycan. You're not even close, really. I mean, you're kind of close, but 50% is kind of away and you're going in. Why not approach the fight more passively and then use our resources to go in when we have Lycan, or perhaps when it's very close to proccing? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think this is a hero shooter mechanical misplay. Any questions about that?
No. It definitely makes sense why I couldn't do anything here. I just put myself in that situation.
I would say personally, it's a little too late to get this item. Usually you want to buy this kind of a little earlier. Okay. 15 minutes. Think about stakes, right? We're about to get into the high stakes fights. So the only team fights that are really going to be happening are big team fights. So I mean, you'll get value out of Trophy Collector, but that's not a time that you can really... Trophy Collector is like an investment item. You know what I mean? You buy it early, stacks, and you get the souls from it as the game goes on. You're buying it too late. That's all I can really say.
Gotcha.
Can you watch this? Yeah. That was kind of weird.
I think he pinned me against the wall.
You also unfortunately get parried. So the biggest
Oh.
thing here that I want you to take away from is you have no security and insurance taking this camp. Look at the wave. So you clear it. You go. This is default, right? Oh, it's your turn, but look at the next wave now. Neutral. Neutral wave state.
Okay.
When the wave state is neutral, they can pressure. So it's not a guarantee. The odds are definitely lower than if they have prio.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
So I'm gonna be honest, like the tragedy with this game is like these situations which you're playing they're not necessarily bad like situations. I think that they're pretty standard situations, but because you're putting yourself in such a bad economic position money wise, you fall hard. Like when you die there, it's like a rough fall because you're already so far behind. You just fall behind even more, and you're gonna get to the point where it's like you're not gonna be able to do anything on your own, right?
Yeah.
So it's like kind of getting to the point of no return a little bit. And like if you look at the game time, how I like to view it is like 8 to 19, 8 to 20 minutes. That's your time for opportunity. Like in that time, you can go ahead and make plays among the map to get kills and to get really rich. But because you know, like we're getting close to 20 minutes, your opportunity time is starting to like
To shrink.
die. Shrink.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're running out of time. But you're basically getting the unk status. You know what I mean? Like, not much you can do. What was I also gonna say? Like, so yeah, you fall a lot harder when you're behind having these things happen. Get the denies, that's good. Heavy's a little bit there. This wasn't bad. But one thing to consider, right, and think about is like, did you have to rotate to that? Because now the souls are getting split even harder with your team there. Like the fight was won pretty hard by your team. No one died at all. So like realistically, we could look at it in hindsight, be like, you know, you didn't have to be there and your team would have got more gold as a result. Maybe you want that gold to get back into the game, but something you're not doing as well. So I said this a little bit with this whole generation stuff, but you're not setting up kills with your teammates. What does that look like, do you think? Like when I say setting up kills?
So from my perspective, it would be like, for example, this Bebop is alone on that lane, as far as we know, because we only have vision of him. But we could try and use my abilities to pretty much jump him and just take that kill.
Yeah, it's like jungling in League, right? You play out of vision, like on this side of the map, or maybe even behind him, you come like just this area, play out of his vision, come gank him with a hero and kill him with someone else, right? You're not ever doing that. There's no intentional setup in this game to like make any of that happen. Would you say that you do that at all as Silver or any hero in Deadlock or no?
A lot of the times I'm usually pretty good at just trying to find to kill people with Silver. That's the main reason that I chose this game and not others, because I feel like the others I was just doing too much damage, and I feel like I would learn more from a game that I didn't do well, rather than just send you like a stomp that I do or something like that. Yeah.
So like this game here, right? Like you need to communicate with your allies to set these things up as well. So like you need to bait someone on a wave so Bep can walk up, like, bait the wave or something like bait. So like basically, let me write this out.
Can the enemy team see when you use teleporters as well, just for future knowledge?
They can hear it. They can hear it, but it's not map wide. It's only nearby. They can hear like when you leave or like when you arrive, teleporter wise. So let's say someone is near the entrance or exit of the teleporter, they can hear it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, you essentially be doing this more, and because you're not doing it, you're just not gonna be making any money at all, right? Like just. And I know at this point, right? Think about it, 19 minutes. Like now, it's just team fights. Now you're 14K, right? This is a crazy stun by Page.
Yeah. I was mainly fighting because Apollo was firing and I saw that he was our winning, like our win condition, so I was trying to play around that too, trying to support him a little bit.
Yeah. Not farming the sinners, not farming the camps, just fighting. Right, like in this rotation that you do here a little bit, like as you're here, you could have just easily taken the sinner here. No effort to make the movement towards the sinner, towards the farm, towards anything. It's a complete sack of money, like our sacking of money, sorry. By this guy, I think this is fine. I think perhaps this is a little deep though. I think you're fighting way past your capacity, like right when you lose a silver ult here. Right? You basically got a juice. And do you see how you keep kind of going? I mean, she's kind of low, actually. I think you can kill her, but still, it's kind of a risky position to be in and just something to think about. If your team went mid-boss here, let's look at this. Let's look at the timers, but I think you guys could have gone mid. Yeah, look at the timers. 32, 30, 38. This is mid-boss. Did you think about mid-boss in this moment or no?
I don't think so, no. Usually when we call mid-boss, I will definitely call that out on comms. But if I didn't call it on comms, I probably was not thinking about it.
Okay, I'll point out the things that make this mid-boss good. So if you made this mid-boss call, you probably win the game, to be honest. So like everything that we talked about before, honestly, doesn't even really matter in the context of this, because this moment in itself would have just won you the game if you went mid-boss. Like they have no contest. They have a Dynamo with no ult, a Pocket with no ult. The only thing is a 17k Venator with ultimate that's going to do no damage. Like if you just go mid, secure it, you get mid, you take walkers, you take their base, the game's over completely. So
yeah, that makes sense.
You should try your hardest to recognize these moments more, because these moments is what will win you the game. Like making that call there wins you the game fully.
Okay.
And you know, the big thing that kind of makes this all possible is, remember, we're past 19 minutes. So the death timer spikes are really long, right? Do you oftentimes look at this top bar on your screen when you're playing Deadlock, like periodically throughout the game, or not really?
No, I will say probably just whenever we get at like a big fight, I will take a glance on it to see how many people are they are down and what can be done in the map.
Okay, I want you to look at this way more. This is like about as important as looking at the minimap in like League. So this is like, there's two minimaps. There's this minimap on the right and this minimap at the top. Like you get, think about all the information we have right now from this minimap. If we or not this minimap, this bar. If we don't look at this bar, right, at this moment, we actually don't know if we can go mid or not. No, we have no idea, right?
Right.
It would be impossible to make the mid boss call without that information at the top. But the information is all provided here. We know we're like decent HP kind of. No ults. Like that's the information that tells us if we go mid or not right there. Fortunately, your team doesn't go mid, and then they can probably go mid. Do they go mid? No, they don't go mid. They make a mistake too. Mid boss once again. I wonder if you guys go this time. Oh, you do. So it doesn't go as bad, right? But this is the thing with these mid boss calls, the top bar, right? You gotta look at the top bar. Be okay. Can we go mid, right? When you get the mid boss, and Dynamo is respawned. Okay, what do we have to deal with Dynamo, right? That's just what you need to ask. On your team, the only thing you have is, you have nothing actually. I mean, he could parry it maybe, but it's a little too hard in my opinion. Like you would have to like jump in the Dynamo ult as it's going off and like hit by it and then parry it, and then like it's kind of complicated. But another thing to consider too is if you look at the timer, what is about to spawn?
Earn.
Yeah. So if this play goes bad, right? Like you lose earn stakes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I also think that if it was only that like Dynamo trying to do that, probably could have jumped him instead of like just turn on him.
Yeah. This is all needlessly fighting. It's not bad, but like it's just so volatile and random. We need to structure our gameplay around this urn here. Run this urn immediately after. I wonder if we do that. Yep. No importance towards the urn. That's really bad. That's something as well you could structure gameplay around a little more that I recommended. Urn spawns. So the fact they get this comeback urn, it's like honestly a game loser. Not a game loser, but a game evenizer.
Would you say that contesting would you say that the urn is like one of the most important objectives?
Yeah, one of the most, especially when it's a comeback urn for the enemy team. Because look at your lead, ready? You're up 10%. Like look. No, it's just gone. I mean, they got the green walker as well, so like it was like 5%. You lost 5% of your lead from that urn, right? And think about if you ran it. If you ran the urn deposited on their side, you'd be up 5%. So you'd be up 15%. At that point, the game is over in the context of like your team, like you just win, right? With that much of a lead. I mean, besides that, I mean, keep looking a little bit. Do you guys win or lose this game?
Urn would be like a good game to rotate. If I were like on the other side of the map and then the urn is happening, and we need to contest it, like that's one of the times where I should definitely rotate to the other side of the map.
Yeah, that's high stakes, right? Because at this point in the game, it's 28 minutes, right? It's just team fight. That's all it really is, like in League, right? But the thing is you don't want to give them control in the first place. You know how the urn spawns? Like, do you know how to predict where it's spawning or no?
No, I know how to like realize when it's gonna be on our side, neutral, or on this side, but not how it spawns. No.
So like for example, if we go into, well, this will be the last thing we'll look at, just so I can showcase to you because I'm pretty tight in time. 105, 106 is I gotta go. But so if we go and explore NYC, the urn is always for the first urn gonna be spawning yellow. I know it's not spawning yellow here, but it spawns here, so 5 minutes, and then it spawns here 10 minutes, then 10, 15, 20.
Okay, so it's always gonna be like that.
Yeah. So this is how it spawn. Always yellow, then green. Yellow, green. Yellow, green. All right. So to be honest, the biggest thing that I saw from this game that really you just need to take away is like you just need to get more money this game consistently every game.
Just be more like selfish and gold and souls.
Selfish and gold, and we talked about a lot of good things to structure your gameplay around, to be honest. Like these timers, the urn, the mid-boss call was a big one. This being a second mini-map. There's a lot of good information from these notes that you should really like look over before you play, okay?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'll try to work on my movement because I know that some of my movement is all the 8s. But
that's just a time-gated thing. When you spend more and more time towards it, you'll just get better at it naturally. So don't stress out about it too hard. But do you have any questions for me, Eto?
No, that will be all. It was pretty insightful. I'm definitely gonna be using
Sweet,
the notes
I'm
for
glad, boss.
my future games.
Yeah, thank you. And I wish the best of luck on your games, man. I'm going to go ahead and send you this. This is my reviews for my coaching. If you'd like to leave one, you're more than welcome to. If not, it's completely fine. No worries. But just send that over. And Eto, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I do got to bounce. And
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much. You too as well. Thank you. Enjoy the weekend.
No problem as well. All right, bye. You too as well. Bye.